That coffee cup is bigger than your stomach. Mm-hmm. What are you holding there?
2 shots of blonde espresso and a whole protein shake.
Well, look at that.
It's actually good.
Birthday cake flavored coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I love it. Enjoy. Okay, pantry challenge, we did it, right? And I know we don't follow all through on a lot of things, but we did on this one. So if we go all the way back, it was because we realized we had too much stuff in the pantries, too much stuff in the freezers, and we needed to make that, not be here. And since we were getting ready to travel, we said, let's go ahead and run the 28 days. So we did. Now, big fears that we had walking into this was, one, could we do it? There was very little, if any, prep walking into this. So would we be able to get through with what we had just in this house? Surprise, surprise, we'll tell you in the end. Second one was, what's this going to do to our budget? I really don't know. Things that we ran into, at the beginning were, I'm not good with shrimp, but I was able to crank out a really good shrimp meal. And since then, I think I've walked into it saying, I think I could continue to cook with shrimp. And I think that's one of my big takeaways from all of this. It's been frustrating because I can't just snack and pick up and go to the store and be like, I want a bag of gummy bears today.
We didn't do this with weight loss in mind.
Nope.
It was the holidays. I mostly stayed the same. I think I'm down like 2 pounds, which isn't something to write home about considering it's been a month.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much in the same spot.
Yeah. But the hardest part about this for me was using the dry goods in the pantry. So like the box macaroni and cheese, the box rice, the fake potatoes.
Stovetop stuffing.
Yeah, that stuff. We just don't eat that. And I don't know why I have it.
I don't know. I think that goes back to me being a kid. So every person, I think, had that. What did your parents keep in the pantry as a staple? That as long as they had it, they felt safe. And I think that's where that comes from, is that's what we had when we were younger that made us feel safe.
Right, but I still have a lot of blue box macaroni and cheese. Now, to be fair, we went through quite a bit of ramen.
Oh, yeah, so much ramen.
But that was mostly for lunches.
Yeah.
But this did have a huge financial impact. We saved like $1,500.
That's nothing to shake a stick at. That's a big deal.
Now, I say saved $1,500 because I budget for groceries and for going out to eat each month. And essentially, that's what we didn't spend.
Yeah, so a good part of our grocery and going out budget didn't get spent. But
yeah. The biggest thing, the most exciting thing is how excited everybody got about this. Like, these videos about this challenge have been our most viewed.
When you go back and you look at things that, the video counts, it's people want to know about Nutrisystem, which I get it. People want to know about this.
People really turned out when I had a heart attack.
Yep, and they want to know about cruise ships. Mm-hmm. That's... Our audience demographics are
well, and
whack.
To be fair, we didn't pick a niche and stick to it. But it is January, so New Year, New Year. New Year, New You, type mentality, I'm sure, is fueling that fire.
Most likely. So, hey, I'll take I will take what we can get.
What did we make?
Lots of things.
Lots of things.
Oh, this is good. Okay, cool. Do you want me to start?
Sure.
I'll start. Shrimp scampi.
I was not intimidated.
I was terrified of it.
The shrimp are big. They're easy to cook.
Yes.
Beef stew.
Okay, so the stew was good. I like the stew, but the garlicky 2-ingredient bread that we made with it, that was the highlight for me.
Yeah, beef stew, take it or leave it. The bread, amazing.
The bread was slamming.
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai. The flavor was great. The noodles were janky as hell. I want to try it again with either rice or better noodles.
I wasn't excited about it. It was okay.
I like Pad Thai though. Finger foods for Christmas.
It was a callback to my childhood, and I enjoyed doing it, but I did miss having the big meal.
I get that. The crab rangoons ruined takeout rangoons for me. Turns out we can make better rangoons than the Chinese food place down the street.
Spicy chicken Korean barbecue style.
Oh, that stuff is always good.
Yeah.
The neighbors turn out for that.
I think somebody asked me for a recipe, and honestly, we cheat. I buy it in a jar, put the jar on the screen.
I can do that.
Buy it in the jar, soak the chicken, cook the chicken.
Yep. At this point, we ran out of avocado. It was gone.
Not that we had any meals that were reliant on it.
No, but the fact that avocado made it the first week was a big deal. Okay, fish fry.
Yeah, I made the batter too thin, but it still turned out, the flavor was good.
Oh yeah, I think the fish was really well cooked, and
I wasn't feeling the onion rings though that day.
you know, the neighbors showed up and stole handfuls of them, and so they said, hey, we'll be right back, and so I made extras. Guess who didn't show back up? Yeah.
At that point, we ran out of lettuce.
Yep. We did hamburgers. What'd you take on the hamburgers?
I mean, I always like a hamburger, but the pre-done patties are meh.
You know, I've noticed you have opinions on pre-made hamburger patties.
Well, okay. They can be okay. They can be just fine. But if I can't make the good ones for big parties because it's too big of a production, and we never make them for ourselves because it's just us, when am I going to make them?
Oh, fine. Okay, cool. We ran out of bread at this point.
Yeah, but you baked us some.
I did bake words. I did bake bread at this point.
All right, so we made pot roast.
Yep, it was a roast. It was comfort
It's
food.
one of Lily's favorites, so we make it
Yep.
semi-often.
Chicken Alfredo.
I like the one I made better.
Yes, yours at 8,000 calories was definitely better.
I mean, you could scale it down, couldn't you?
Potentially. But for what it's worth, I really screwed that one up. I screwed up the sauce. I didn't add nearly enough milk to it.
And then you thought we ran out of tater tots.
Oh yeah, throw away the bag and everything.
But that's lies.
No.
We found 2 more bags.
Those were crowns, not tots.
The same thing.
I will fight you on this one.
All right, you let us know. Do you know the difference between tots and crowns?
Yes, I do. Surf and turf. So this was for New Year's? Yes, surf and turf. What was your take there?
I mean, I love king crab legs, and they were pre-scored. I just wish they could have been hot. By the time I was done prepping everything and plating everything and getting everybody sat down, they weren't very warm.
I'll take that. We did a reverse sear on the roast, on
I
the rib
didn't
roast.
even really get to eat any.
Oh yeah, because Lily jacked your piece. But we did a reverse sear on the rib roast and covered it in butter and such, and I thought it was really, really good. So, orange chicken.
Out of a box, high sodium. I feel like we can make it better.
Probably. I like it. I felt like a toddler. It was delicious.
Frozen lasagna. Now, it's not a Stouffer's lasagna that was frozen. This is one that we had made for a family dinner before and had extras.
It's up on the screen right now. They're staring at it because I remember to get footage of that.
It was much better the second time.
It really was. A month in the freezer gave the flavors the opportunity to meld. And I think that was the last time we had garlic bread.
The cheater one, yeah.
I think we ran out of garlic bread at that point.
We also ran out of instant foods, so things like frozen burritos, frozen taquitos,
Mini tacos.
little pizzas, things like that.
Yeah. So.
Crunchy tacos.
We did crunchy tacos. You can't go wrong with taco night.
Except when there's only 2 of us, I feel like it's too much.
Yeah, it can.
So
be.
I ended up making 4 rather stuffed burritos.
Yeah, those things were like half a pound a piece.
and they ended up coming in clutch when we had company later on.
Oh my goodness, did they ever.
Chicken fried rice.
I thought I did good. Wait. But you didn't think I did good. So obviously we compromised and I didn't do good.
I don't know, I feel like you used too much soy sauce or something. It's just the rice was too saucy. Not enough butter? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to add more liquid. That's a great idea. Okay.
Does butter count as a liquid?
Yes, when you cook, butter counts as a liquid. Mini meatloaves.
We're better than expected. Okay, I personally like ketchup on my meatloaf.
Yeah, this one's divisive. I don't like ketchup. I think it's vile.
Yeah, so he made them with barbecue sauce, which I found to be somewhat disappointing.
Yeah, I made the meatloaves and I painted them with barbecue sauce and I put bacon on them.
Should we tell him that barbecue sauce is made with ketchup?
I will fight you on this one. There's a whole other argument there. We're not going to drag you into it. But the neighbors loved it.
Ketchup.
Thank you. We did it for family dinner and it turned out really well. At that point, we ran out of instant potatoes.
It took 2 boxes of au gratins, and it still wasn't enough.
We should have done 3.
I didn't have 3.
I know. I wish we did. Au gratin potatoes are delicious. And we also ran out of potatoes.
Potatoes. Well, we full disclosure, we didn't run out of potatoes. I had 10 pounds of potatoes.
They went bad.
But they went bad.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Because we meant to make French fries and we never did.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, okay. Steak and cheese.
Turned out, okay. Hold on. Back up. It was supposed to be steak and cheese. It actually ended up basically being cheeseburgers. Why was that?
Oh, okay. So we got into the freezer and I pulled out the box of Steakums. It wasn't Steakums. It was
more hamburger patties.
It was steak patty, but they were 3rd-pound burgers. And when you were looking at the box in the freezer, it looked just like a Steakums box. And I was not wrong. Was I wrong?
It looks like a Steakums box, but it is not a Steakums box.
Could you see how it happened?
I think Steakums are red.
I don't know. So
that box is black.
Yeah, so we took the hamburger patties and we crushed them up into essentially ground beef in the pan, and then we added the cheeses.
And we folded it in, and we made chopped cheeses, basically.
And they were so good.
They were terrible. Terrible for you, I mean.
Oh, I was supposed to say, they were salty and cheesy and amazing.
And that is the day we ran out of American cheese.
Okay, beef bulgogi with rice.
That whole meal went so sideways.
So the rice, you'd think, hey, use a rice cooker. It didn't seal properly, and so the rice didn't steam properly.
And then I tried to make mini wontons, but apparently I got my oil heat a little too high.
And so you burned
them
all.
And they burned.
And then I went out and I cooked the beef on the grill.
But it ended up soaking in the marinade for like 2 days, which we hadn't meant to do.
Yeah. And there was too much of it.
Yeah. The whole meal just got thrown out.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
That's the same day we ran out of homemade bread. Well, Garen, you could make more bread. I probably could, but I didn't.
And then we had the pasta with sausage marinara. Standard meal.
It comes out of a jar.
Noodles, sausage, sauce.
Whatever. Teriyaki chicken with rice.
Again, just jarred teriyaki sauce, chicken, grill it, put it on rice.
And the rice came out fine that time. We ran out of eggs at this point, by the way. I know that's been a whole thing. 90 eggs, 60 eggs, 30 eggs, 14 eggs. We ran out of eggs.
No more eggs. I mean, when you're putting soft-boiled eggs in all your ramen, and Lily's eating 4 of them at a time, and I'm using egg in my ramen.
Yeah, we plowed through almost 100 eggs. It was insane.
And I never even baked anything.
Yeah, just a couple loaves of bread.
Chicken pot pie?
Yeah, we replaced that with mac and cheese. Yep. Kraft. Out of the blue box, because that stuff.
Sometimes you just want some macaroni and cheese.
I love that stuff.
You ran out of your ramen.
I ran out of ramen. So, I mean, I've got the packages, the little 10 for $1, but they're not as good as the tonkatsu.
Chili with cornbread was the meal we were supposed to have last Sunday, but family dinner, it was Amy's turn. I'd forgotten to plan for that, so we went and ate at Amy's house.
Yeah, so we didn't make the chili with cornbread. The burrito tacos with beans. Okay,
that's tonight's dinner, the last dinner.
Yes, that is. Now, as we are recording and we are walking into the burrito tacos with beans, we don't have refried beans. So we broke out a couple of cans of pinto beans.
We're going to find out if we can make refried beans from canned beans. We're going to
jank those and see what happens.
I also think I still have a little bit of that, like, queso.
Yeah, out in a jar.
And I'll have some chips, beans, and yeah.
Fried chicken with Roadhouse corn.
Yeah.
The Roadhouse corn is my favorite part. Andrea found a copycat recipe. That stuff's delicious.
Crab cakes with bisque. I love making the bisque. I just love it.
And it's funny because back when we first started making our own bisque with our own seafood stock, we told everybody, hey, we're making this. And they were like, oh my goodness, I'm coming over. And we wanted to share. No, I'm not sharing anymore.
Yeah, now I don't tell people.
No, we don't.
And garlic steak bites with steamed veggies. It's just steak cooked in garlic butter.
It's a little chewy, or it could be not, based on how well you cooked it. And then steamed veggies came out of the bag.
It's just a bag, yep.
So.
Now, full disclosure, we had run out of many things. We ran out of all of the vegetables and fresh produce. We ran out of the eggs, as we said, the potatoes.
The ramen, the bread, the tater tots, all sorts of stuff.
Dino nuggies.
Yeah, ran out of dino. That was...
But our good friends, our neighbors, they gifted us some celery, potato, onions, eggs.
Made it easier to, the eggs
to finish
showed
up, like just the other day.
Yeah,
just to finish up.
The eggs showed up last night. We haven't had an opportunity to do anything with those. So
did I go to the grocery store? No.
did we get some kindness from the neighbors?
Yes.
A little bit.
Could I have survived without it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was kind, and I accept.
Yep. There you go. 28 meals. Okay. If you've enjoyed watching us survive on pantry scraps for like 28 days, you can only imagine what we're going to do next. So hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell.
Ding, ding.
Yay, thanks. So that way you don't miss out on future challenges. And hey, drop a comment with your favorite pantry meal or your ideas for a weight loss focused challenge, because we do love those kinds of ideas.
And we like trying to do these things and pushing ourselves to new limits.
It's true. Hardest moment during this challenge, I think it wasn't even the challenge itself. There was a point in there where I just did not want to make, I don't even remember what the dinner was. I think it might have been a pot roast or something. And I was like, I just want a pizza. Please, for the love of everything holy, let me get a pizza. And we didn't.
Well, and
I'm still bitter.
due to not
a
going
week
to
later.
stores and not going, and it was Christmas break for
Yeah.
work and stuff, we really didn't leave the house.
We didn't.
And the dishes were piling up because we were cooking literally everything.
Literally everything.
It got rough. It got rough.
It did. There was a trick in there where we had to be able to balance what we were doing with our regular lives, but then when it came time to cook, sure, I could make things off the menu, but I didn't always have everything I needed to be able to make everything off the menu. So things like tonight, I don't have refried beans. I'm going to attempt to make some out of 2 cans of Pintos. So
Well, you don't require refried beans for burrito tacos. I just wanted some to go with them.
with my chips. so creativity's had to become a thing.
You know what I am proud of us for, though, as you say that?
What?
We still have chips.
That is crazy, because chips used to not survive, but the fact that they do, I mean, that's kind of a thing.
They are my crutch.
But one of the other things that we picked up through all of this is food waste is something that we are not leftovers people. I've said that before. We became leftovers people over the course of the last month. We couldn't waste the food. You had to learn how to store it. Hey, I have half a cucumber. Cumcubers, as my daughter would call them.
When she was 2.
Yeah, I know. That was like a decade and a half ago. Don't get old. 2 out of 10. Don't recommend. And
Yeah, the fridge stayed perpetually full for a long time. I think it's still kind of full.
it's because stuff came in from the outside.
And we still have a lot of things left.
Yeah, we do.
And in fact, I've told my friends that while we're gone on our trip, they
you can come in and get stuff out of the freezers. We still have stuff. We have core proteins. We don't have the stuff to make those proteins good.
When Lily took advantage of this challenge, she was home for a lot of it,
Yeah.
and she had some say on the meals. She invited people to the meals.
Yep.
She skipped out when she wanted to because she was not beholden to
She's like, I'm
to
gonna
the
go
challenge.
I'm gonna go eat at work.
I definitely had some days where I really did not want to. I didn't want to eat this. I didn't want to do this. But we muscled through.
We did. Would you give advice to anybody that wanted to try this themselves?
To be realistic, and don't try to do it for like maybe not a whole month. Maybe go for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I right about the 2 week mark is where I started to really question my life choices. I really did.
I mean, to be fair, there are many people and many families who don't have a choice. This is what they have to do.
I get that.
And we are sympathetic to that. We were there ourselves. Having been out of that now for a long time, did not want to do this for a month.
Did it change the way food influences you or a relationship at all?
I actually am about to take on, suggest a challenge that will do this, but even harder.
Okay, well, we'll discuss that at the end, so seriously stay around. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, just wanted to take a quick second to thank you for being here. Seriously, we love having you along for these wild rides. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments how you'd tackle a pantry challenge like this. Your support literally means the world to us.
It really does.
So Garen,
Yo!
was it worth it?
Yes, I think it was. Not in the whole grand altruistic sense, but in the sense that I've got a lot of space left in my freezer.
And what would you do differently?
Oh, snap. Some of the meals I think were a little ambitious. Specifically like tonight with the burrito tacos.
I was very careful to only put 1 or 2 of those in. Like the scampi, the
Yeah.
pad thai, and this one.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty standard fare.
Pretty cut and dry, straightforward. I'd make sure that if you're going to walk into something like this, that you're comfortable with the variety of the foods that you're going to be eating.
Would you do a different thing? Would you do a pescatarian version?
Of this. I don't think I have that much fish floating around inside my freezers. Actually, wait.
You do.
I probably do.
You have
I know what I have.
sea bass,
Yeah.
salmon,
Yeah.
cod, shrimp,
Fish sticks.
fish sticks.
Yeah.
Would you? Eggs? We have eggs now.
Ooh, we do have eggs now.
We just don't have any vegetables, but mix those in too.
Yeah, screw that noise. Okay, maybe. I really couldn't tell you. Ugh.
Well, do you recommend others perform this?
Yeah, I do, actually. Well, yes and no. As a change my lifestyle. No, God, no. But if you're looking around, your kids have moved out, and if you were essentially in our same shoes, absolutely.
We were in these shoes so hard. We did this for 28 days, and we still have a lot left.
We could probably go for, if we refilled on a couple of staples, we could probably go for another 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
If you find yourself sitting in a situation where your kids have left and you still haven't recovered or changed how you shop and how you eat, then yeah, absolutely, go for it. My biggest takeaway from this has been realizing that, like I said, it's the way we shop didn't change, and it should have. And so realizing that I don't have to cook for 8 people or 12 people. Now, mind you, I did try to break out the small crock pot multiple times, only to find that I had to dump everything into the bigger crock pot because I'm still not a smart man.
Well, we're still so that little crock pot is meant for like a single person, possibly a couple.
No, because I got the itty bitty, then I got the medium, and then I got the big one.
Well, the itty bitty's a fondue pot.
Yeah, that's true.
The small one is legitimately meant for 1 to 2 people.
Yeah, it's like 4. There's.
But we have a daughter.
Yeah, I guess
Who
she counts as
also
people.
Brings people sometimes.
Yeah.
But what about like going to the grocery store? You know what I'm starting to not like is I have Walmart Plus.
Yes.
And I order things through there for the convenience of having it show up at the door.
Yes.
But 1, I miss going outside.
Yeah, I do too.
2, I don't like the produce they choose for me.
Yeah, produce being delivered to your door, never good. Never good.
I'm sure it has its uses, but I'm thinking about canceling it.
I would be okay with this. Have you noticed that we still have shrimp?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as we walked into this, I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of all the shrimp. Didn't get rid of all the shrimp.
Well, there's a few more recipes for shrimp I would like to try. Now that we're getting braver, I would like to try bang bang shrimp. I know you won't eat it, but
Because mayo is vile.
oh, but it's as an ingredient. Maybe you won't notice it.
I'll fight you.
I mean, you eat spinach artichoke dip.
Under protest?
I made something recently that had mayonnaise in it, and you ate it. What was
It
it?
was the Rangoons.
It was the Rangoons.
I'll fight you. Okay.
How was it?
I don't know, but I'm already cutting us off before the Rangoon portion. We're gonna move into this. The things that happen behind the scene switch cards, that's what you're missing out on.
He won't eat mayonnaise.
That has nothing to do with what we're about to discuss. All right, have you heard of this thing? It's called 75 Hard. We talked about it like a year ago, 2
I was
years
to say,
ago.
we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
And just so people know, there is a such thing as 75 soft as well. We're going to do 75 hard.
Yeah. Okay. So you've seen this series that we did on the Pantry, but we're going to be starting a 75 hard series after we get back from some travel that we're getting ready to do. Now, we want this challenge to tie into our long-term goals of being healthy, of losing weight, which this challenge was not about that, but we want this next one to be that. And Andrew's going to cover the rules in a minute, which is fine, but we want you to know that you can expect something that hopefully doesn't suck. And I think the biggest takeaway from it is there's that whole no excuses bit. I'm really good at excuses, and we'll see if I can not come up with excuses.
The reasons for doing it are also multiple fold. I need to lose some weight. I had some blood work done. Didn't look great. It looked great in a lot of areas, but there's one or two that I gotta get it in gear. And you have weigh-ins in April.
It's twice a year.
And 75 days from now is April.
Where are weigh-ins? May? April. I
April.
don't know. Okay, fine. Keep going.
So this will work out well for you.
Okay, so give me the 5 core things
All right,
that we got to do with
5
this.
core tests of 75 hard. No drinking alcohol. Not a
Okay.
drop.
That's actually doable.
Taking a daily photo of yourself.
You know what, Lose It gives us the ability to do that when you get off the scale.
I've actually started doing that.
Really?
Mhm.
I've done it once. I should do it more. I think I'm going to.
Completing 2 workouts per day, one of which must be outside regardless of the weather.
And those are 45 minutes each.
45 minutes each.
minimum.
Yep. And you can literally stand on the back porch and do jumping jacks for 45 minutes if you want to.
That would be terrible. My knees would be like, you suck.
You must read 10 pages of a nonfiction book.
I'm reading fiction. You can't make me read self-help. This stuff's garbage.
Well, I'm not
Actually,
going to read self-help. I'm going to read a sism.
oh yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah.
And the 5th point, you must follow a diet. It can be any diet, but you have to follow it without cheating.
Does it have to be a scripted diet, like the paleo diet, or something similar?
No, people recommend you do those because they have very set rules.
Yeah.
We are going to just do calories in, calories out. We're basically going to follow Lose It.
Yep, that's what we're good at. So
what excites you about this?
oh, absolutely
Literally nothing.
It's gonna be the worst. Remember how I said I'm good at excuses?
Yeah. I am intimidated by it. So what excites me about it is the prospect that maybe I'll actually achieve it. And maybe I won't. Maybe you guys will all watch me fail yet again. But my concerns are 2 45-minute workouts when I'm struggling right now. My knees are pretty bad.
You don't have to move at 118%.
No, correct. I know. But just like I walked around Costco yesterday just to go outside. And I mean, by the time I reached the end of the store, it was hurting.
I can appreciate that. So it's a whole thing.
So I do encourage others though. 75 hard, 75 soft, which is 75 soft is do 1 45-minute exercise, read any 10 pages, it does not matter. Follow a diet to the best of your ability. Take a picture every day and drink less alcohol. That's 75 soft.
No, I don't want to do soft. I just don't want to read a self-help book. I'm gonna be like novels.
But try one if you have it in you. We're gonna do it. We invite you to come along, and maybe my weight will go from 326, which is where we're at currently,
To less.
to maybe I'll be under 300.
"28 days. We did that. We're gonna wrap it up with the last meal that's sitting in the crock pot right now. We're very excited for it. And
Well, in the next couple of videos after this will probably be the trip that's in between the 2 challenges.
yes, so you'll see some travel from us before we get into 75 hard. But anyway,
We thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our little misadventure into
misadventure is right.
becoming hobbits.
You saying I've got hairy feet?
No, I'm saying we're homebodies. That we don't leave the Shire.
Oh, okay. You know, like 2 videos back, I made a Balrog comment when I was wearing your witch hat. You shall not pass!
Somebody made the comment that I should make a hat for the little one, and I assume they mean
The
mean
cat?
Binks.
Yeah.
And I would love to make a little witch hat for Binks because she is my little witchy cat.
She is your little
She's
witchy
my
cat.
void.
I love that.
And if you've seen Hocus Pocus, then you'll know where her name comes
That's where
from.
you got Binks, yeah. So, all right. Super cool. Thanks for being here. It's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you next time.